Hello my angels, welcome back to a new vlog. Another day of pure sunshine, and it has actually been a remarkably busy one. My plan was to actually start this vlog this morning and it's gone 20 past 5. Yeah. It's been one of those days, but it's been a great one. I shouldn't complain. And the boys have literally been staring at me whilst I've been staring at my computer saying, "Mummy, please can we go outside and have a play and a run around?" And I promised you guys we would go for a spin around the gardens. They are looking like something out of a movie. I mean, it screams Chelsea Flower Show. The tulips this year, I have never seen them looking quite so sensational. They are genuinely just breathtaking. So I thought that we could do a garden tour. Spring has officially sprung. So I thought I'd start this vlog by saying hello. We're going to take a little walk around the orchard, and I'm going to be making, I'm going to kind of like test out a recipe. I saw something on Instagram and it's given me so much inspiration to try it for myself. I've got a few little tweaks I think I want to make, but I think it's going to be one of those sides that is going to be perfect for Easter. Extremely seasonal and so scrumptious. So tonight I'm going to make a wild garlic dauphinoise potatoes. Dauphinoise potatoes is Mark's favorite thing in the entire world, but I wanted to make it different and also to make it super seasonal. Obviously, wild garlic is growing in all of our woodlands at the moment, in the hedgerows, so it's so seasonal and so scrumptious, and I think a wild garlic dauphinoise would be perfect with spring lamb in time for Easter. So I'm going to test out that recipe this evening, and I thought it would be really wonderful to test it with you guys. And then guys, I've never done it before. Can you believe this? I have never done a Zara haul ever. I placed an enormous order because I've seen some really, really beautiful things from their new spring collection. I thought the styles were beautiful, the designs were gorgeous, and the price point was amazing. But what I want to know is the fit going to be as good as it looks like on the website, and what is the quality like? I know so many of you guys always ask me, can you try and do a budget-friendly, like luxury for less vlog? So this might be it, guys. So we've got a Zara haul, we're going to do some baking, we've got a bit of a garden tour, so if that sounds like something you're going to enjoy, then buckle up, pour yourselves a glass of champagne or brew yourselves a cup of tea and join me. One of my favourite places in the entire garden is this courtyard, and it's looking almost like it's ready for spring. We've even taken out the outside furniture, and as I said, it's now sort of like almost 5:30, so the sun is slowly starting to go down, but considering the clock change, we've got those extra few hours. So fingers crossed tonight we're going to have a beautiful sunset. But as you can see, the little apple trees that are planted in the Italian terrace pots are all planted with erigerum that hasn't actually bloomed yet, but what has, as you can see, are these tulips. Aren't they stunning? And so many different variations. We've got some really, really pretty, very, very powder yellow, really sweet buttercup yellow tulips, and then these beauties. And then these have actually like little pointed edges. Oh my gosh, guys, this bed. Oh, this is actually where the lavender is. That is what it's underplanted with, lavender. We've got alliums in here, and then we've got the tulips. And this is going to be outrageous. Oh my gosh, it's just so stunning. So to give you guys a close-up, you can see the tulips just starting to come through. Actually, look, you can see the alliums that are going to come up a little bit later on in the season. A little tulip making its way through there. I say another week and this is going to be outstanding. We've got Mr. Toad in there. That is one of our Tepri finds. There's an amazing sort of like garden, what's it called, salvage yard, and Travis. Garden art is what it's called. I'm actually heading there next week with your favourite person. Yes, Mummy is back. And we are going to be heading to Tepri to do all things antiques. We're going to go and see Kimberly with Dalesford, and also head to Garden Art to see what Travis has got in before Chelsea Flower Show. But look at this. I mean, this is something out of a dream. Oh, look at that, the apple blossom. Oh, it's just so spectacular. The really, really pale pink. I look at this and I just can't believe we're so lucky that something natural grows into something that is just unbelievably exquisite. Like, look at that tulip. The very, very pale yellow on the inside, the gorgeous butter yellow, hints of ivory. It's stunning. Steve has done just the most exceptional job here. When he actually started working with us a few years ago, this was quite a structured bed, I would say. Like, there was a row of tulips in one row, there was a row of alliums, and it was all quite straight. I mean, it was Mark's absolute dream because he's got terrible OCD. But this, I think, looks a lot more natural. It looks so wholesome and just unbelievably beautiful. What I can't wait for is actually to see the pergola in full bloom. The roses are going to be sensational, and actually they've had a serious pruning, and something we did this year because our lavender was really rather barky, which sadly happens after sort of like 4 or 5 years. We replaced the barky lavender at the bottom, and the roses have had a serious prune, and actually we have stripped back the jasmine only because we kind of found that the table underneath was too shaded without the sun. It was actually a little bit chilly, can you believe it? But do you know what? So many different times of year this pergola is sensational, whether it's the wisteria, the jasmine or the roses. It's such a special place to sit within the gardens. I think if you guys have been a subscriber for a while, you will know that we have our fair share of parties. And yeah, some very, very late nights and great times have been had in this garden. And John, literally as of this afternoon, has brought out the furniture because we are in for another week of wall-to-wall sunshine. We just need to bring out the sort of cushions that go on the sofas, but they're out. We might even have to host this weekend. But again, we've got our gorgeous fountain, we've got Grandma's pots fully planted up, and the tulips are coming through spectacularly, a word I can never say. And then our gorgeous fountain. It brings me so much happiness coming out here and seeing like little frog, the duck, other little duck, and maybe this might be something you haven't seen before, but we found this beautiful fountain in a place called Idyl, and we just love the fact that it had a wonderful farmer, the sheep and his sheepdog, and it reminded us of the incredible family who used to own this home. Then we've got more tulips in here. I'm literally telling you that every single pot or bed is filled with tulips. I genuinely mean it. It looks incredible. Over here we've got our 4 little olives, again unplanted, with some gorgeous muscari. I just love seeing all of the different florals. And then this erigeum is going to look beautiful. Actually, you can see some of the little buds coming up. And this is actually something that grows like wildfire. You can literally take this out in clumps, which I actually think is amazing because you can repurpose it into the house. And then, of course, course, the tulips are standing to attention and looking sensational. We've got Rafiki Patrick Smeepy coming in the sunshine. He's been a sunbathing sausage today. He's just been basking in the sunshine. Hey, Rafskis. He's such a sweet pea. So we've got our 4 little olives and 2 benches, which I just love. Do you know what? I wish I had more time, and I would love to come out here and read with a book. I don't know, it's on my to-do list. Take more time for me. But as I said, I'm not even joking, every single pot. I'm telling you, Steve has been busy and everything is looking sensational. Again, another little apple, but I can't wait until we start growing apples. All of that wonderful produce that's through the orchard. Lovely little table and chairs. Got a little blonde bombshell. We've got a little blonde bombshell coming to say hi. What are you doing? He loves it in here. You mousing? You mousing? Yeah. We've got these. Look at this. This is actually I think this is actually a rose. Look at this. More tulips. Tulips. Tulips, tulips. Tulips for days. Come on, Oats. Are you ready? Do you want to go around the orchard? Come on then. Right, let's collect a sausage or 2. Actually, our sausage is still planted up with our wonderful thyme. It seems to be doing okay. And actually, thyme is exactly what we are going to need for our wild garlic dauphinoise recipe. And then look at this lavender. Isn't that gorgeous? I might even have to bring this into the house for this weekend. I've got a few bits and bobs arriving, which I am so excited about. When I say that our Easter decorations are going to be like next level, John has very kindly gone up to the attic for me, and he's bringing down all of the Easter decorations so that I can have like a little bit of a play. I really want to do like a full Easter arch tree. I haven't quite decided yet. I might use possibly some blossom branches and to hang some beautiful things off of it. I don't want to give too much away. I thought we could actually do that together, which would be really, really nice. And I've done a few bits and bobs in terms of ordering, just to kind of like freshen things up, introduce a few new bits and bobs. But again, we've got a little shrimp. We've got a wig pig of Wig Piggingtons. Looking very guilty. What have you been doing? And where have you been? Excuse me, none of that on YouTube, thank you very much. Excuse me, it's rather smutty, thank you very much. Now we've got more of Grandma's pots. And she was always partial to a beautiful, sounds odd, but I feel like you guys will get me when I say like a stunning statue of a naked lady. And it's got the most beautiful carvings on it. This beautiful pot, honestly, they're like a pair of my absolute favourites. And beautifully planted. Look at that. It's even the way that the tulips are facing. I think it's just amazing how it all happens. We've got the olive trees around the tennis court. Again, tulips sprouting out. It's just stunning. Like, guys, I'm literally walking around in a shirt and bare feet. Oh, there's nothing better than just like getting your toes through the grass. I mean, I know I'm a country gal, but it's something that I do every single day. I will literally kick off my slippers, and I mean, unless it's really wet, I'm not sure about having mud squelching between my toes, but if it's been dry, I will literally walk around the garden. And I know it sounds a little woo-woo, but getting your feet on the ground and like quite literally earthing yourself and like grounding yourself is something I love, and it just like instantly calms me. Like if ever I'm feeling a little bit anxious, I'll like kick off my shoes, like you guys know. And most of the time walking around the orchard, no shoes on, singing Unstoppable. Yeah, that is what I do, so highly recommend to try it out. Then we come onto this terrace here, and guys, the sun lounges are out. This is very exciting. We might even be sunbathing. I know, sunbathing later on in the week, my little pickle. You've been sunbathing today, haven't you? But look at this, from one beautiful tulip. Oh, look at the pale pink. I love this variation of tulip. They've really, really grown. Actually, last year we had some really, really tall ones. They came to sort of up here. And actually, in all honesty, with the wind that we get, it's kind of like sometimes a bit of a wind tunnel, this, if the wind is blowing sort of this direction. And sadly, some of the tulips were snapping. So Steve really, really thought about it last year and how we could make it better this year. And oh my giddy aunt, has he surpassed every single expectation I had. Every day I walk around and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got to show you guys. And every single day it just flourishes that little bit more. Look at, I told you, he is so naughty. Wiggy, are you sunbathing? He's like, Mummy, Uncle John put out the sun loungers specifically for me. You're just ridiculous. Talk about a spoilt brat. I don't think Wiggy actually realises that he is actually, in fact, a dog. Wiggy, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. They are so naughty. Honestly, he's so funny. They make me giggle. But we've got some hyacinths. Look at these beautiful, very, very pale blue hyacinths mixed in with the purples and the ivories, muscari. The erigeum is growing really, really well underneath there. It's full, but it's not too much. Then we have our Annabelle hydrangeas that are planted in the pots here on the terrace. Again, all underplanted in tulips. And then down here we've got kind of an array, a mixture between lavender. I'm not quite sure what this is called. Guys, I know you have certainly more green fingers than I do. But we've got this really beautiful, very, very sweet purple sort of flower here. We've got muscari and a mooching dachshund. Wiggy, are you beautiful? Don't let me down. Don't go and pee on the muscari. Hey boys. And they've been just literally chilling out on the lawn today, having the best time. I mean, this little prince, look at him. Hey, I'm the blonde bombshell. You are just pure perfection, aren't you? Right, let's keep going, because when I say that it just goes on and on for days. Oh, this is so special. So, so special. The orchard is blossoming. I mean, it is quite literally booming with blossom. Oh my gosh, and I feel like we are probably, I'm going to say days away, because we're most certainly not weeks away, of all of the blossom in the kind of central part. As you drive in, we've got 3 trees. You kind of like know our roundabout that you drive around when you come up to the main part of the house, and those trees there are actually in fact in blossom for probably only 4 or 5 days out of the year, and I think they're going to be in bloom just in time for Easter. Oh, I can't wait. I cannot wait. I don't know whether it's someone up there looking down on us or whether Steve has just been working his magic. But the gardens, I kind of feel like I'm having to walk backwards so that you guys can actually see me, because when I do that, I'm very backlit. So we're going to walk sideways. But look at this. It's so funny to see, and I love being able to document this and actually share it with you, because we go from everything looking a little bit sad and rather bare to it really beginning to start flourishing. And we've got so many different types of tulips here. Look at this masterpiece. Look at the size of it. Now this is most certainly a parrot tulip, and we've got lots of different colours in this bed. We've got obviously this really beautiful rich purple, and then we go into these. Look at that. Isn't that stunning? And how they're all facing the sun, all facing the perfect direction. And then literally give it another 2 or 3 months, and this border is going to be sort of enormous. It's going to be taller than both you and I. But here we go. Oh, again, the rosemary. I love how rosemary has these really, really pretty pale blue flowers to it. Isn't that stunning? Absolutely gorgeous. And again, I think introducing herbs in your floral arrangements on the tables is such a clever little top tip, because that scent coming from the florals, a sort of scent of rosemary, is so scrumptious, and it sort of really brings an earthy element to your tablescape. Obviously, of course, smelling wonderful too. I feel like this pergola doesn't really get that much airtime, and it's situated in such a magical little spot. We've got our David Harbour sundial there and then we've got the trees behind, and look at that, it's almost like a painting, isn't it? We've got Lord Odie von Lothenthal, my perfect little child. We've got the beautiful pergola, the stunning tree blossoming behind, and then literally blue skies. It's so stunning. All of these different colours. This truly is absolutely gorgeous. The rose is growing at the rate of knots. This is going to be utterly divine, an exceptional little spot. Then we have the mirror at the back. And this was one of the little areas where we thought it could actually be the entrance to the greenhouse. But I think we're not quite sure. Johnny was saying that we're not sure whether the greenhouse will get enough sunlight being on the other side of this flint wall. Possibly there was originally actually a door, and then sort of reinstating the door, walking through and almost creating like a bit of a hallway, a little bit more of like a grand entrance into the greenhouse. But we're still having a play. It's not quite at the top of the priority list at the moment, but definitely something that I'm going to try and achieve this year, because I think it's going to be a really, really special spot, and somewhere that I would love to kind of make into kind of like another dining room in the garden. Although we seem to have enough dining rooms in the garden, and one dining room that I am absolutely 1000% going to be utilising this year is the spectacular pergola in the orchard. But look at this, we've got an array of tulips. I'm going to have to do another garden tour next week. Maybe we can have a glass of rosé with Mummy and walk her around the gardens. But look at this magnolia. Isn't she stunning? Look at those. This is just ridiculous. Am I dreaming? Oh my goodness gracious me. And the sun is kind of, I'm hoping that you guys are able to see what I'm seeing. But even down to the gorgeous balls. Look at these sweet little flowers. Look at those. So beautiful. And then we've got obviously the fountain. And sadly our watering can has rusted so much at the bottom that the water is actually now going down the bottom of the watering can. We did have a lovely moment. We're going to have to repair that, because the whole idea is that it would fill the watering can up, and then the watering can, the water spouts out the tip of it, I should say. And sadly the water is now running out the bottom of it. But, you know, I'll have to work on that. Then this is looking fabulous. No gaps. Origimum is going to be spreading like a wildfire, probably in no time at all. Some gorgeous herbs, beautiful little shrubby flowers in between the York stone. Parrot tulips everywhere. Oh my gosh. This really is beautiful. More blossom. And the backdrop of that pale blue sky is heavenly. Now we get a little bit more vibrant. Hold on to your knickers, because Steve was having a great time with the colours, and I am here for it. So we've got all of these gorgeous sort of very old pots from I believe this is actually from my father's father, and it's got the sweetest little lion's feet. We've got these fabulous pots. Again, I believe this is Italian terrace, which I will leave all the details down below. But look at the vibrant colours in here. Aren't they sensational? Again, all underplanted. We've got beautiful tulips, rhododendron, and then those really sweet Look at them, they're amazing. Absolutely amazing. We've got another little tree there planted up the same way. And then we have more little pots. You'll see all the little pigs and chickens around the house. And then another little nook and cranny over here. So beautifully planted with a gorgeous olive in there as well. I love that. This little spot in the garden and this little wire, very pretty little wire table and chairs was my grandmother's. And a funny story and probably a bit of an overshare, but my mother believes that her parents have come back in the way of two pigeons, because we always used to say that my grandmother and grandfather were a pigeon pair, and we do. It's honestly the oddest thing. We have two pigeons that live in this monstrosity up here, and my mother is convinced that they are her parents. Sounds a bit bizarre, but you believe what you want to believe. Anyway, this is such a special spot in the garden, and we're quite literally chasing the sunshine. But I just want to show you these gorgeous pots here. Aren't they stunning? We've got Mr. Piggy and Mr. Wiggy. We've got a few little geese dotted around in there too. But again, look at the stunning colour combinations. They're so beautiful. We've got the tall shell. Oh, I can't wait for my mother to walk around the gardens and enjoy it. Oh, she is going to be in absolute heaven. Right, let's chase the sunshine and the sausages and head around the orchard, because I've got quite the sight in store for you. All of the trees, the daffodils are still looking sensational. There's becoming a bit of a theme here. I feel like you guys should have known at the very beginning of this journey. Excuse me. We've got the zoomies. Zoomies! Be kind. Go. Go on, Slots. Go. Go, Slots. Go on then. Go, Slots. Go. Let's go. Quick. You can tell who's boss around here, can't you? Lancelot is far more agile, a lot quicker, and a lot he's built for speed. Odie was most certainly not. But as we walk through here, again, the way that the light comes through those trees, at the night time, the way that the sun sets coming down this way and just glistens, this sensational, almost spine-tingling golden glitter through the trees is something I will never get used to. And then when I walk the boys around the orchard in the morning, again, a sight you guys have probably seen hundreds of times at this point, but the way that it just sparkles through the trees and the way that the willow blows in the wind, oh gosh. I feel like we should do some form of like open gardens at home. I'm not quite sure how we would do that, but I feel like this is my little way of being able to share the gardens for you to enjoy them as well. So we've got this perfect beauty in bloom here. The pale pink blossom is most certainly blossoming. Then we've got this, look at that, so beautiful. Pale ivory. Oh gosh. The boys are galloping up to their favourite tree, who has Mr. Squirrel in it. I must say that I'm very grateful to Mr. Squirrel for keeping the boys occupied, and I'm very glad to say that the squirrel is far smarter than the sausages, so he very smugly looks down on them, but it does keep them occupied for hours on end. But that's what I mean by the sunshine literally glistening through the trees. Give it another sort of hour or so and this is going to be just golden. It's so beautiful. Right, let's keep going. I mean, it's tough to say which direction should we go in. Oh, even the bird song. The bird song, guys, it's just everything. So let's head down here. I tell you what, why don't we do the whole lot? The moon is even out. Look at that. Got the moon and a plane just about to cross the moon as well. If you look really closely to the screen, do you see the plane? Oh, look at this tree. Wow. The blossom is just spectacular. Come on then. Come on. You ready? Come on then. The camellia is blooming just so beautifully. It's not actually something you would tend to see actually in an orchard, and I just feel that she's so exquisite, and it would be criminal to get rid of it when it looks just so stunning. We actually have another beautiful camellia over there. Look at the way that the blossom is hanging down. If this doesn't sing spring, I don't know what else does. We've got pretty much every tree in bloom with blossom. We've got an array of yellow daffodils, and we've got blossom and blue skies. Does it get any better? I don't think it does. Oh, look at that. Well, I can most certainly say it doesn't. We've got a safarying sausage through all of his daffodils. Oh, he's a sweet pea. Hey, you're a sweet pea. Oh, wow. We've got young Wiggy in the wild over there. He's just trotting away. He's like a little show pony. His trot is magnificent, might I add, but not quite as magnificent as this. Oh, wow. This truly is the magical moments of April in an English country garden. Oh, someone pinch me. The fact that I can come out after work and just enjoy this. I'm still walking around in bare feet. So's Wiggy. I mean, quite frankly, Wiggy's trotting around naked. I don't think I'd have the confidence to do that, but very luckily we don't have any neighbours. But I don't know if there are any walkers. It would definitely be a sight to see. Oh my goodness. But yeah, our other camellia in here, she's growing so much. I would say that this was the size of the other one this time last year, and it has in fact doubled. We've still got lots of wild garlic, which is why I'm going to bag it up and we're going to test this recipe just to ensure that it is perfect for Easter Day. Whether you entertain on Good Friday, maybe Easter Sunday, or even that divine bank holiday Monday, it's one of those recipes. Dauphinoise potatoes is everybody's favourite, but to make a twist on it and to introduce something just so seasonal and wonderful, it really is a bit of a talking point, and something that is utterly delicious. Now this tree here, I say it every year, this tree is going to take your breath away. We've got some of them in bloom. I think this is going to be in full bloom just in time for Easter. It couldn't be more perfect if we tried. I might even try and get a few table and chairs out here, maybe possibly serve drinks and canapes under the blossom tree, because this will make your hairs stand up on your body. It is that stunning. but just to give you a little glimpse of what this looks like, imagine every single bud, and as you can see, there's a fair few of them, looks like this. It is honestly like a real life blossom explosion, cross with candy floss, cross with a Disney. I mean, it literally is something out of a Disney movie, this tree. It's truly spectacular. I cannot wait to see it. We've got lots more blossom here. We've got some beautiful snake heads. Again, no idea why they call them that. And our bunnies, Mr. Pig and Mr. Bunny, looking gorgeous. My phone pinging away. I tell you what, I'm going to put my phone on silent. I'm enjoying our stroll around the gardens far too much to be having emails donging away. Look at this. And the way that they sort of like dance in the wind. Right, I'm heading down here because I know we have an abundance of wild garlic underneath this tree. It's kind of one of the spots where we don't get too much sunshine, as you can see. So here we go. Actually, this is where I picked my wild garlic last time, and as you can see, the flowers in the meantime have so beautifully bloomed. So I'm going to take a few leaves. Got more wild garlic here, and the way you can tell is, one, it's got a very, very distinctive smell to it. So as soon as you pick it, sort of like fold it in half and smell the leaf, it really does have a very distinctive garlicky smell, but also by the leaf itself. So if you fold this over, you'll see the very, very fine sort of almost like lime green line down the center, and then you almost have these like ribbed lines from the outside of the leaf to the inside. So that's how you tell. And I'm in no way, a matter of means, as you well know, an expert when it comes to gardening, but I'm very lucky and extremely grateful to have an expert as part of the family, aka Steve. And he's just so passionate, and I feel so lucky that he kind of takes me under his wing, really, and tries to teach me lots of wonderful things. And yeah, so he also says, and work in thirds. So to take a third of the wild garlic, not all of it, otherwise it won't grow back next year. Look at this, we've got so much. Gosh, okay, well, I think this is going to most certainly be more than enough for our wild garlic dauphinoise. So I think that is going to be perfect for us. And I'm going to have to come back to forage more for Easter. We've got some wild sausages up there. Come on, boys. You're so perfectly sat. Come on then. Oh, let's keep going. We've got to go round to the front of the house, and I can't wait to show you the front bed. Sorry. There we go, the front bed. Steve has been extremely busy doing all of the sort of herbaceous planting to go along with the David Austin roses that we planted in the front bed. Sorry about the sound of the squelching garlic. It's kind of like a bit of the soundtrack to these vlogs. You've got a singing bird orchestra in the background. Probably a sausage bark or two. Oh, but the sunshine. I can't tell you how warm this is. I feel like you guys can probably just see me like growing an inch or two walking around this orchard, and definitely these little chaps have got a little spring in their step. They're like little, oh look, these two have got the zoomies. Doing? They've got the zoomies. Oh, they're so sweet. Go, Slots, go! Go! Oh, he got you. Odie, be kind. As you can see, Lancelot is far quicker than Odie. And then he sort of like lays there and lets them take him out. Sweet, precious little children. Come on, you two. Stop shouting at each other. Go, go, Slots. Go, Lancelot, go. I think actually Lancelot's actually a bit scared of Odie. Go on then. Go on, Odes. Let him get a head start. Oh, look. I feel like this is like a David Attenborough documentary. Here we have Lord Odie von Lothenthal, Cosgrove Smith's me, crying for attention. He is attention seeking from his brother, the blonde bombshell, who is basking. Oh my goodness gracious me. If they aren't happy sausages, I don't know what else is. Oh my gosh, I hope your souls are singing just as mine are. Right, my battery's flashing. I'm off to quickly get a new battery and we're going to continue around the garden. So if you need to, charge your glasses or make another cup of tea, because this is too special not to share every magical moment with you. This way! I've got a new battery and we're heading back out. Honestly, I'm having the best time, but the boys have just got a kind of a new lease of life. Odie, I haven't seen you this energetic in a very long time. He's off to go do the zoomies again. Right, boys, this way, this way, this way. I'm just in love. Oh, look at the bees pollinating. Oh, this is so magical. The buzzing bees. And look at this colour. Isn't that stunning? Okay, blossom for days. Look at those trees and look at the bubblegum candy floss pink behind. That is sensational. Gosh, I must go around the other side so that you can see it. But this is just so beautiful. Wow. Wiggs, do you want to go into the front part? It's actually not somewhere we really tend to let the dogs go, just because it is the area of which the cars will drive in and park. But when I open this gate up, I will have never seen the sausage dogs run quite so quickly. It's like they love to go where they're not really allowed to go. Oh my gosh, these birds. Boys, we're gonna go this way. Exhibit A, Exhibit B. Odie is in just another world today. Right, let's close this back up. I think Rafi has taken a shortcut and gone back to the house. Yes, you can hear him barking. He's like, excuse me, mummy, it is dinner time. Where is my puppy porridge? But I just wanted to be able to show you the trees here. Oh my gosh, the sun is shining so beautifully. I can hardly see it, and so can you. Right, let's try and turn you this way slightly. The trees are blossoming to perfection, and now you can actually see the curving line of the border. And then we've got the roses in. Oh, the birds. And then Steve has done an incredible job at the planting. Of course, he has done it exactly to the garden design, but I can't wait to see this flourish over the next few months, and we'll definitely get some flowers. But my David Austin roses are doing really well, as you can see. We've got some really gorgeous leaves on there. They're green, they're happy, they're healthy. This is one of the Desdemona David Austin roses. We've got lots of gorgeous colour in here too, but the oak tree is looking amazing. This is one of my favourite sort of elevations of the house, because I think from this side it just looks like a really, really sweet, quaint, very charming farmhouse. And the pig on the top of the roof always makes me giggle, and you kind of sort of see it and think, what a really pretty brick and flint sort of farmhouse, and then sort of it opens up behind and no one really knows what's behind there, which I think is really special. Then under here we are going to have the most beautiful array of bluebells, and we've got some gorgeous daffodils. The front of the house is looking so special. Odie, this way baby, we're gonna go this way, Odes. And then here we've got the font garden. And like I said, it's just such a special garden, because no matter what time of year it is, there's always something to make you smile. So again, we've got the roses in here, we've got lots of tulips, another beautiful lady, gorgeous benches out. And then, actually, do you know what? I was saying to Mark yesterday, we literally walked around the gardens hand in hand, which was so special yesterday morning. And we were saying that actually we'd like to make it slightly deeper on this part here. And John's put the bench out today, and I completely forgot. That's exactly where the bench goes. So I've completely sacked that idea off. But here we've got our beautiful rose font, and at this time of year the little box hedging and the balls look fabulous. And I'll say that actually one of my many talents, I don't mean for that to sound how bad it does, but I'm exceptionally good at ball trimming. Yes, I got very good during COVID, and my balls are beautifully round and all very similar. So if I have time, it's actually something I find very therapeutic. But the tulips are looking gorgeous, and a mixture of red and white, and these are the most sensational, vibrant red. They are stunning. Even that view there underneath the magnificent tree overlooking another magnolia, and all of the blossom throughout the orchard is so special. It's kind of all these little magical areas. It goes on and on and on. The tulips, the daffodils, the hyacinths, the muscari. Oh, guys, my heart is quite literally exploding. We've got more magnolia here. I'm actually not quite sure what this pink tree is. I don't know whether it's like a different variation of a magnolia, because of course we've got sort of our magnolia here, which is beautiful, but we've got this beautiful white and then pale pink. And I actually love how it sort of like sheds its beautiful petals, and it's almost like an aisle. The little flower girl has so beautifully scattered the petals down. Mark says it looks a mess. I think the complete opposite. I think it's decorative mess. A beautiful chaos. Oh, tulips, tulips, tulips. another sensational tree. And that moment there where the sunshine just creeps through the tree is so special. We've got more little Piggingtons. Hey? Oh, Lancelot just adores the gardens. This is not a sausage dog. Blonde, long-haired blonde Dachshunds are almost a breed of their own. He could be outside all day in the pouring rain and he would love it. Odie, oh, not one drop. He plots where he's going to have a poo inside the house if there's one drop of rain. Lots more tulips. A few little saucissons. And then this is one of my favourite places. The entire property is the beautiful water feature. We've got gorgeous, bright, rich, deep red tulips, all underplanted with muscari and hyacinths. And then we had some magnificent tulips, which you guys would have seen, gosh, on a few vlogs ago, that actually seemed to bloom really rather early. But we've got some gorgeous little red and ivory tulips just coming through, and the hyacinths are doing really well. We've got some gorgeous pale pink little beauties, the muscari, and then of course the water feature. And the water lilies, I'm sure, will be up in no time at all. And then actually we've had a family of ducks. Well, I say a family, we've had 2 females and 2 males, and at night when it's really quiet, sort of the evening, I'll be doing kind of the washing up or loading the dishwasher or something by the kitchen sink, which is here, and I'll be looking out the window and there'll be like the ducks literally swimming up and down the water feature. It is quite the sight. It's just amazing. Right, you 2 little safari hunters, I don't know what you're doing in there. Oh, so you're going to have a little drink from the water fountain? Here's a funny little sausage. Baby, be careful. What are you doing? Odie, that looks like a terrible idea. Odie. Look at the front leg stance. Careful. I'm surprised he got so close. That dog will do absolutely everything in his power to avoid having a bath. And then he chooses to take his life in his paws. Honestly, he's hilarious. Well, I feel like I've probably bored you all to absolute death walking around the gardens, but fingers crossed you enjoyed that just as much as I did. It is absolutely stunning. I could go and do the other side, but I think this vlog will probably be hours long at this rate already, and we've still got our wild garlic dauphinoise to make. And also, whilst that is cooking, we are going to do a very quick Zara unboxing, and I'm going to give you my real first impressions on my first ever Zara haul, literally ever in my YouTube career. Come on then, let's go in. Come on then. Come on then. Come on then. The dog mat that got all of you howling with laughter. It says, just text us when you're here. No need to knock and get the Dachshunds involved. Anyone who has sausage dogs will know the truth behind the doormat. So before anything else, it is dinner time at the zoo, aka the boys' dinner time, and they would not let me forget, so I need to feed them and then we'll start making our dauphinoise potatoes. Now that my very demanding children have got their dinner, it's time for us to start making ours. Hey Rafs. So they have a really delicious like mini kibble from the Sausage Dog Sanctuary. So it is actually food specifically designed and made for sausage dogs. And so it is all, see, real food, no toxins, none of the crap that they put in so much terrible dog food on the market. And this is trout with asparagus and green beans, I believe, and they seem to absolutely adore it. I do also make them, they have a fillet of haddock or cod, and I just pop it in the microwave and flake it into their food with the, actually I'll show it to you. They have a few pumps of this, and it's the Essential Skin and Coat Support. It's salmon oil, and they are obsessed with it. And when I say that their coats are gleaming, I really, really mean it. And it's made him, who is not much of a foodie, huh? He is obsessed with this, and a couple of pumps of this onto any food at all and he will inhale it, which has actually changed the game for me, because I would sit there and like hand feed him like steamed chicken and rice to try and get him to eat it. And now with a couple of pumps of this, it's so good for him. He loves it. Okay, back in the kitchen, and I feel like it's been a while. I don't know why. I feel like the last few vlogs have either been like really fashiony, or we've been out and about, we've been in Mallorca, but anyway, we're back and we're cooking this time around. I've also got some epic Easter sweet treats to share with you guys, but I feel like it's going to be too much to jam it into this vlog, and I also like to make things that we are going to like enjoy and also make for my guests. So that is going to come on the next vlog, because of course we are hosting and entertaining on the weekend, and of course all of next week with it being Easter. I'm like beyond excited. Right, so in terms of ingredients, I saw this recipe. Gosh, I follow her on Instagram, and I always love seeing really, really hearty and delicious vegetarian dishes. I'm a big meat eater, but I really, really enjoy having really different and filling and just utterly scrumptious vegetarian dishes too. And when I saw this recipe, one, it's one of Mark's favorites, and two, it's incorporating favorite things at this time of year, which is wild garlic. We have an abundance of it in the orchard, so I thought it'd be wonderful to try it, and I also want to trial it for next week. I feel like it's going to become a firm favorite, and I know that so many of you adore cooking with me. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to post a community post, so fingers crossed by the time you're seeing this I will have got myself all organized, and I will post a community post with the ingredients, and maybe, just maybe, we might be able to actually make this together. So if you guys are all organized and you've got all of the ingredients, then amazing. If not, if you didn't see the community post that at this very moment in time has not yet gone live, let's talk through the ingredients. But I don't even think I shared the wonderful chef's name. So it's called the Borough Chef, and she specializes in like epic vegetarian dishes, and I have found some real like golden recipes through her. And I also think it's really important that like when you get inspired by something, like always shout out who you've been inspired by. I think that that's really, really important. But anyway, if you haven't seen my community post, then let's talk through the ingredients. You are going to need some potatoes. Now you could have like any old potato, but quite frankly there are some that are better in a dauphinoise than others. I would personally suggest a Mary Piper or a King Edward is always delicious. You kind of want like a floury potato, that's what I would recommend. You are going to want a little dusting of nutmeg. If you're not putting nutmeg in your dauphinoise potatoes, then you need to, because it will change the dauphinoise game. again. Now I love both rosemary and thyme in my dauphinoise, and I just think this time of year, thyme is so divine. You are going to want some fresh black pepper, a sprinkle of really, really good sea salt, some milk, Bob standard, good old semi-skimmed milk. You can also do full fat. You're also going to want some double cream. Now, I normally do say that I am dairy-free. With things like this, I personally think life is too short not to eat the dauphinoise potatoes. There are certain things, certain dishes that I do really, really try for my own health and how my body reacts. I try and be gluten-free and dairy-free, but there are just certain things like mac and cheese, dauphinoise potatoes, Yorkshire puddings, beef Wellington, the list goes on, where life is just too bloody short. Eat the potatoes. Anyway, you're going to need the star of the show, which is the wild garlic, and then we're going to want an abundance of Parmesan. So, those are the ingredients. Let's start making what hopefully is going to be the best side dish for Easter ever. Oh, I've just read her recipe. She said you don't even need to peel the potatoes. I mean, if you want to be that little bit extra fancy, if you want to go like all out when it comes to presentation, which I do love to do. And actually one thing that I don't actually have a mandolin. So what I do need is a very sharp knife. I mean, you could, depends upon how sharp this is. It could work. I'd say that is actually working. You know, this little like handy thing on the side of your graters. Will that do the trick? I'm not sure. I'm kind of like learning as we go along. I personally am not massively pleased with that. I think I can do a better job by hand. If you have a mandolin, then fan-tabby-dozy. If not, get yourselves your finest and sharpest knife and watch your nails. So I'm going to go and find my favourite knife in the dishwasher, because that is one thing I have actually not had time to do today. Let's keep it real. And now, even more embarrassingly, my favourite knife is not in that dishwasher. It's actually in this dishwasher, which I haven't unloaded either. Yep, Slutty Susan strikes again. That is my job after prepping dinner, is to unload and reload, keeping it real on this YouTube channel. Right. Always be very, very careful of your fingers when doing this. Also depends upon how chunky you like your potato. I always do my dauphinoise potatoes by hand, and I personally think, I need to look what she says, but I always infuse my milk on the hob, and I put the potatoes, and I let the potatoes cook a little bit on the hob just so that they soften slightly. I personally have found it better, but I'm looking forward to seeing what this chef suggests. And you know what, I adore cooking, and I would say that I am, I wouldn't say that I'm a beginner, let's say, but I really, really love reading other chefs, cookbooks, and I love Instagram for finding so many incredible recipes. Another one of my darling girlfriends is a girl called Alexandra, and she is the most amazing chef, and I get so much inspiration. I did her, I think it was her moussaka, and then I tried like this aubergine caponata recipe. I mean, it was a little bit of a faff when it comes to like frying all the aubergines, but it's like anything, if you don't put all the effort in, you can't really expect, something magical to happen. And these aubergines, when I say that they were, it's probably one of the best dishes I've ever made. It was outstanding. I will, I'll find that recipe and link that down below. Right. Actually, if you guys watched my Vlogmas, do you remember when I made the, they have ginger, the ginger syrup, the ginger margaritas. That's all down to her as well. But anyway, right, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to focus on very finely slicing my potatoes without adding any of my fingernails into this. And I will see you guys once we head over to the hob, and we are going to heat up the milk, the double cream, probably add the thyme in there at that point, the nutmeg, and then add all of these potatoes in and allow them. I think that might be Daddy. Probably a good time. I'm going to catch up with him, get this all sliced, and see you guys in just a sec. Okay, so I've just brought out one of my favourite dishes from Le Creuset. I also think it's so perfect for this time of year, being pale pink, and I always do love a gold knob. And that's something that people don't actually know, is that you can buy please do not take that out of context. Those who know Le Creuset, I feel, are going to just be like, absolutely, gold knobs, no problem. You can buy the gold knobs and actually replace, if you have maybe pots or dishes that have the silver ones, and maybe you've got all sort of brass and gold accents around your home, you can actually change them. So first things first, I've got 750 mils of milk, and I've got 300 mils of Le Double cream. Divine. And we're just going to bring this to a very, very low simmer. So you kind of want like a medium heat. And then we're going to use sort of 3 to 4 little sprigs of thyme. And we're just going to allow that to all infuse together. And I kind of find like this is where the magic happens. So we're going to let that all combined. And then after sort of, I think the recipe says 5 minutes. You can kind of leave this for as long as you like. I would say like minimum 5 minutes. And it kind of takes you that amount of time to do the potatoes anyway. So whilst this is infusing beautifully, can also add the rosemary at this point. Oh, yummy. I'm going a bit extra on the old thyme. Love time after time. Get some tunes on. That's the one thing I get so upset about with YouTube. I wish I could be like blasting the tunes in the background, but we'll just get done for a copyright claim. And it's just not the one. But imagine if we could be like playing karaoke. I'd be here with my wooden spoon singing opera to you guys. It will happen one day. I promise. I'll probably be caught out on someone else's YouTube channel after having too many spicy margs and then filming me sing opera. Never say never. Okay, I'm just going to give this a little bit of a stir. And the best thing about this dish is that once I put all of the potatoes in it, I then literally pop this entire dish in the oven, and there's no mess. You don't have to have like umpteen different pots and pans. And considering I've got 2 dishwashers to unload and reload, I don't want to be spending the whole evening clearing up. We want easy, delicious, and not too much mess. That is the aim of the game. An occasional little stir. And whilst that's all infusing, I keep tucking in my shirt because I keep raising my arms really high. I need to tuck my shirt into my knickers, but this is my really gorgeous LK Bennett shirt. I'm obsessed. Love the little frilled collar, and it's just so pretty and sort of like that real polished, preppy look that I love. But whilst that's coming up to a simmer and infusing, let's get organized with our wild garlic. So a really wonderful thing about this dish is, of course, the color, that really vibrant and rather rich green. So we are literally going to, as easy as this, get a shuja Exhibit A. This one is from Ninja. It is so old, but I feel if you invest in really good kitchen appliances, they're going to last you forever. Now, just to ensure that this blitzes the way we want to, we're just going to add a little dash of milk. You could add water, or if you are going to make this dairy free, you could just put a nut milk, or as I said, water. Pop the lid on, and guess what? Now just going to place very delicately the potatoes into our gorgeous milky cream and thyme, and I'm just going to allow this to simmer away again. We're going to just really lightly, I want to say like parboil, par cook the potato. You still want it to have a crunch, so probably like 2 to 3 minutes, because when you are like cutting into it, once it's all cooked and been in the oven, you still want to have like a bit of a bite to it. Well, I personally do. So I'm just going to use my spatula just to ensure that all the potatoes are fully submersed in the milky liquid. And then I'm going to give it a little sprinkle of salt, some cracked pepper. We're going to grate some nutmeg into here. Oh wow. We need to also grate a copious amount of Parmesan. A little dusting of nutmeg. Again, be careful of your knuckles and your fingernails with this. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what the combination of flavors with the nutmeg and the wild garlic is like. I have in fact just tried the wild garlic mixture, and I've actually added 2 garlic cloves to it, just because I want it a little bit more garlicky. If we're going garlic, we're going to have that, and the mixture between like Parmesan and garlic and nutmeg and milk and cream and thyme and potatoes. Delish. We're going all out. It's time for the wild garlic to go in. This color is giving me life right now. Okay, we want to get all of this delicious goodness out. Okay, let me give that a good mix. A bit more. Give that a good mix around. Oh, wow. It's so lovely to be able to just go and forage and pick the wild garlic and then make something that is so utterly delicious in just a matter of minutes. I think there's something really special about that, which is why I will not stop banging on about having my own vegetable garden. Give me time, give me time. So I'm not quite sure what this stance is, but I'm really getting into it. I mean, the sense that I'm getting, this is like maybe like the new way to cook, full gremlin mode. Oh my goodness, and no, it's a Monday. I've sadly not had a glass of champagne. And probably won't do actually until the Madre comes home. Right, I'm gonna let that just continue to simmer just a tiny touch longer. That is all mixed in, and just a really pretty pale green. Tell you what, you could make this as wild garlicky as you wish, obviously depending upon how much wild garlic you pop in. There we go. Final little piece de la resistance before she goes in the oven. The question is, more cheese answer is always. Boys, this is just getting out of control. Right, final little sprinklingtons of Parmesaningtons, and she is ready for the oven. We're going to pop it in at 190 for roughly around about 40 minutes, or until like the top is crispy and golden brown. It is the most pretty pastel green color. I think this is going to head straight into my top 3 favorite sides of all time, and she's not even cooked yet. Honestly, as always, you have to do the taste test, and this sauce is outstanding. This cooked, holy smokes, holy smokes. The Borough Kitchen, or Borough Chef, round of applause. This is outrageously delicious. Final little glance at our beauty, and she is ready for the oven. Okay, preheated to perfection. In she goes, and I shall see you in 40 minutes, and I shall see you guys upstairs, because we are going to go and do a Zara try on of my favorite pieces for their spring summer collection. I'm talking that sort of like old money aesthetic, quiet luxury, really elegant, timeless style, but on a budget. Let's go and do this.